listening to those women.
Right.
Women, girls, stop listening to these old women. Ain't got no man that's bitter and living a miserable life. Misery loves company.
Right.
And no woman is supposed to be listening to another woman about her relationship and what she's supposed to be doing with her man. She's supposed to be listening to her man. Now, if your man is no good, get rid of him.
Yeah.
But if your man is trying to do what he do, this and that, don't let them raggedy hoes come in here and screw up your life because they got bad advice. Your mama got bad advice. Your auntie, your cousins, they got bad advice.
Yeah, but that's who's teaching them nowadays.
Yes.
You know,
they've been teaching them a long time, but even more so now.
And they really done scarred a lot of these young girls, man. From childhood to already molding them into using men and we are the prize. I had one woman tell me she's the prize. You know, no money, no, damn near homeless. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, you know, but she the prize. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
man. So you know, I just feel like it's just with us, you know, as mature as we have gotten in the years, it boils down to just maturity, man. Just growing up and realizing that we can't move the way we used to move, especially with these women nowadays. And they really, honestly, man, they done turned into savages, a lot of them. Yeah. So trying to find a good one is like a needle in a haystack. So I'm very careful about how I move now. I know you're the same.
Yeah.
So it's I try to keep that count, you know, down. I don't have but one I'm talking to now, but
I didn't know this, Charlie.
I didn't even know it. I woke up one day and noticed it.
I didn't know you. You know, put the brakes on, and you know.
Yeah, but you know, I'm joking and laughing, but I didn't even notice it, but because you know, months are moving on.
Yeah.
And I woke up one day and say, I ain't no other woman, and
yeah,
you know what I'm saying, or a year or whatever, you know what I'm saying. So it's possible, you know, to be with one woman, if she's giving you everything you need. And I got this saying, wherever you slacking is where the devil will be attacking. So the minute that she stopped doing this, he stopped doing that, the devil's gonna send somebody for that temptation. You know,
that spot. Yeah.
So that communication is important. If you're gonna try to be with that one woman, y'all both have to communicate. And like you said, like the old saying, don't go to bed mad. And it'd be difficult at times, but you know, that's my take on it.
Well, that's good. You know, I'm proud of you. I'm happy for you. I've you know experienced these things. Oh boy. At the same token, it's a double-edged sword for me, you know, because I don't want to be like I said, when drama happens or what have you, or that falls apart, then it's like it makes me just want to stay in the mode of, you know, just not getting attached or what have you, and that's not
go
good.
Back at the trail, or you go back.
That's damaged. I'm damaged goods. I agree. You know, I'm damaged goods.
And I try not to take what happened in the next relationship into the next one, but I feel like I take the whatever happened and to sharpen me. I'll put it that way. And I try not to. I give everybody their fair chance, but I'm also remembering what happened in that last relationship and just trying not to make those same mistakes, and talking to the woman and trying to get her to see where I made a mistake with, you know, because most of the women I'm talking to now are younger. Most women, and it's my opinion, most of the women my age or older or close to my age are stuck in their ways. So that's my experience. I know it's not every woman, but majority of the women. So I'm trying to, you know, not get caught up with a woman that you can't tell nothing or guide or protect or or love, you know, to that extent, you know.
Well, I would say this, and I know a lot of women, a lot of people may question this, but I don't think no man should be with a woman that's his senior, that's older than him. Not the fact that she's older, but the fact that that disturbs the dichotomy of how a man and a woman are supposed to be together. Because if a woman is older than a man, she's going to tend to treat him like a boy, like younger, and
Yeah.
she's going to want to take control and the reins. And that's not going to fulfill her because every woman's desire is to be led by the right man. You understand? So, but it's going to be hard for her psychologically to let someone that she feel is not as
Younger than her.
experienced as her, and just that age alone, that's going to be in her mind, and she's going to be looking at every little thing, and she's like, oh, that's because he's more immature. Right. He's not as, you know what I'm saying? So it's not going to be. I don't believe it's a good thing, and I don't think no man should ever be with a woman his senior, because that's not the natural order of things. He will never be able to really be a man in that situation. She'll always be in control. And I just think that is something that should not happen. Now, as far as men, women look at men and say, well, you with a younger girl or this and that. Well, we're leaders. It's not about the fact that we are getting with a younger girl. We're just leaders. So while we are drawn to the younger girls is because they are more malleable brain wise to let us lead, to let us teach them, to follow. You know, they have not been, dismayed or tarnished from life, that they don't want to hear nothing you got to say because of the last relationships and all of that. No, they will listen. They will, look to work with us a lot more than those ones that's older, miserable, bitter. But it's
especially the upbringing of these women nowadays.
Yeah, and the dynamic mainly is because a man is supposed to lead the situation, and he cannot lead a woman that's older than him. Trust me, in her mind, it's gonna be hard for her to let that happen. Right. So I think that's a bad deal, to get involved with a woman that's older than you as a man.
True. A lot of women getting mad at men going over to these other countries, whether it's to have fun, look for other women, look for marriage, look for relationship. And I was going over there at one point, and I had my ex like, oh, they just want you for the money. It ain't real. And my thing is, I feel like American women want money too. You know what I'm saying? It's like, so, and I think these women, even if it is about money, the men are being treated more so like kings, in these other countries. So men don't care of what you're saying about, if it's about financial, because one thing we know, money rules the world in America too. So we so they're confused about why would we go so far to get, whether it's Latinos, Italians, whatever kind of woman it is, if it's just financial with those women. And is the love real? Can it work? What's your thoughts on, can you fall in love with a woman from another country? And because everybody's saying, it's fake, they just want the money, and we're looking for love in the wrong places.
Well, I'll say this. It is difficult. The reason being, and the reason why, is because of the cultures. Cultures, they're so different. So if you have to really learn the culture. because that, because she will act a certain way, she'll do certain things, you'll act a certain way, you'll do certain things that will be very confusing and cause, a big discord between you two. And that's strictly from the cultures, because after you get from the niceties, like, hey baby, how you doing? Oh, hi, how you doing? You look nice, I like you too, boom, boom, boom. From after that, and everything else, whatever you do, the problem will be when you all just like I said, the cultures, they will clash. But
When you
if
saying cultures, are you saying the language, learning their language and not knowing it at
Well,
all,
the language is
way of
one
life?
thing. It is important to learn the language. That's important, but not so much as just their way of life, how they were raised.
Yeah,
You
right.
understand? How they interact with each other. How, like I noticed, like with the Latin women,